Hey guys, welcome to the latest edition of the Muir Reflection. John from the John Muir Show here. And we got word yesterday that 2020 Democrat presidential primary candidate Julian Castro had suspended his campaign. He wasn't able to raise money. He wasn't going anywhere in the polls. Castro decided, quite wisely, he's just going to go ahead and call it quits. That wasn't massive news by any means. It was expected that Castro was not going to be the Democrats' presidential nominee in 2020. What's actually been more entertaining has been the Democrat reaction to the news that Julian Castro will no longer be in the 2020 presidential primary. Listening to some of the things that Castro's now former opponents in the primary have had to say about the news of Castro dropping out of the race. You have people like Tom Steyer saying, quote, Secretary Castro advocated for immigrant communities too often ignored in today's politics. Let's see. You had Cory Booker saying, your voice and campaign were invaluable in sticking up for underrepresented communities. Elizabeth Warren simply saying to Julian Castro, you made this race stronger. The plenty of other candidates had their equally nauseating statements that they had to make. And for a lot of them, it was along the lines of what people like Cory Booker were saying. It's just, you're a minority. You have a certain skin color, and as a result, you were representing all those people with your same skin color. No, he wasn't, actually, because the overwhelming majority of people out there are not bigots like so many of these Democrat elites are. They don't view everything in terms of white versus black versus brown like people like Cory Booker and Julian Castro do. See, if Julian Castro really represented all of the people out there with the same skin color as him, he'd probably be polling a lot higher than he actually is. But this might be a foreign concept to people like Cory Booker, but guess what? People do not just necessarily vote for a candidate because they have the same skin color or because they're the same sex. Those things don't matter to the majority of us. We do not care if our candidate is a man or a woman. We do not care what color skin our candidate has. What it comes down to is, do we believe that this candidate can do the best job for the United States of America, advocating for the well-being of the United States and its citizens? That's what the overwhelming majority of us care about. It's what kind of a job can you do if you become the president of the United States, not, okay, what are your immutable characteristics? Those things are irrelevant to all of us out there who are not total bigots like the Cory Bookers and the Julian Castros of the world. If you want to know why it is that Julian Castro's campaign largely failed, it is because Julian Castro spent the overwhelming majority of his time engaging in the disgusting game of identity politics. For goodness sake, Julian Castro was going out there running TV ads in Iowa, where, of course, the first caucus is held during the primary season. Julian Castro was running TV ads trying to lecture folks in Ohio, trying to put down folks in Ohio because he believed that they have the wrong skin color. Castro was saying, no, you people, you shouldn't get to vote first for who's going to be the Democrat nominee. You people in Iowa are too white. Julian Castro and anyone who might run for office in the future and consider replicating Julian Castro's game plan, maybe we can learn a lesson from Julian Castro's campaign. It turns out when you go demonizing the people who you want to vote for you, it turns out they're probably not going to tell the pollsters, I'm on board with that guy, the guy that said I'm a terrible person and I shouldn't get a say first in the race because I'm white, because I have a certain skin color I can't control. I'm going to vote for that guy. It turns out when you go demonizing people based on the color of their skin, they probably don't end up being the biggest fan of yours. So note to any future candidate who might want to replicate the failure of one Julian Castro. At the end of the day, Julian Castro, he is nothing more than a bigot. Quite simply, he claims to oppose bigotry, but he spent his entire campaign being a bigot, collectively judging people, collectively rewarding people, collectively punishing people, based strictly on an immutable characteristic, the color of their skin. So Julian Castro, the bigot, he is now out of the race, and good for the rest of us that we will not have this bigot being the next president of the United States of America. That's all the time we have for today. Have the best of weekends. We're back on Monday, 8:40 a.m. on WTAQ, 9 a.m. WSAU and WHBL. Till then, I'm out.